Hello, I'm Martin Sheen.
Good evening. This is Kelly O'Hara.
Hi, Sam. It's John.
Hi, I'm Jane Fonda, and I've had the real honor and pleasure of working with
One of the most brilliantly talented and distinguished actors of stage and screen.
The wonderful, incomparable, brilliant Sam Waterston.
Those of us lucky enough to be alive remember the day that we first fell in love with Sam Waterston. It was 1972 in Joseph Papp's production of Much Ado About Nothing.
Since his debut in Shakespeare in the Park's As You Like It in 1963, Sam has appeared in no less than 13 productions with the Public Theater, including the title roles of Hamlet and King Lear, and most recently as Prospero in The Tempest.
Imagine my pride when I got cast as Laertes to your Hamlet in Central Park. I think it was 1975, playing the very part that you had played some years before when Stacy Keach played Hamlet.
I did a production of King Lear many years ago at the Public. I was there taking notes, watching the skill, the expertise, the years of experience that he brought to his King Lear.
He's an incredible actor, as you know. And he's also an intellectual, probing, reading, questioning, and he's brave.
And I remember when I first got to work with him was in Measure for Measure, another Joseph Papp Public Theater production in Central Park, 1976. Sam played the Duke, who says, "Virtue is bold, goodness never fearful." And that's sort of, that's our man.
A couple of years ago, when you and I finally worked together again in Miss Sloane, it was a fun movie, all right, but what was most fun was sitting in the green room with a bunch of actors half our age and you and me just reminiscing about all the great times we'd had in New York theater in 1970s.
When I called on him to join me in Washington, D.C. to speak at a Fire Drill Friday climate rally and to engage in civil disobedience and risk getting arrested, he showed up.
We're really grateful, Sam. We're grateful for who you are as well as what you've made.
I think it's that empathy and imagination and guts that makes Sam the brilliant actor and good citizen that he is.
Just consider this. Sam Waterston is a loving and devoted husband, father, and grandfather. He is a consummate actor and activist. Like Lincoln, the historic figure he most admires, he is in all things an honest man.
I know that this sort of tribute is much appreciated, but also is excruciating for you. And I know that you do it only for the greater good, which is for the benefit of the Public Theater, a theater we both love and that we both grew up in.
Sam, I honor you tonight, just as the Public is doing. Thank you for all that you've given to the Public all these years, and to little flies on the wall like me, who just watch and learn.
I wish I could be with you and with everybody else at the Public to honor you. Well, I wish we could all be all together, but I just want to thank you for your friendship, for your career, and just for being the actor that I still want to be.
Congratulations, Sam.
Congratulations, Mr. Sam Waterston. I'm honored to be your friend.
So here is to you, here is to Public Theater, and even though this toast is virtual, it is a real drink. Cheers.
Hello, everybody. That was wonderful, I bet. But so that what you just heard these very nice people say would be a surprise to me, the response you're now hearing had to be recorded without my knowing what they would say or even who they are. I bet I know them. I bet I love them. By the time you're hearing this, I bet I'm feeling bowled over by it all. But I don't know what to say except thank you, whoever you wonderful unknown people are, for all the wonderful unknown things I bet you just said. This gala is part of our answer to this tough, tough time. And Bernard Gersten's tremendous life and wonderful family have been showing us how that's done for decades. So let's talk about endurance. I've been around this theater for 57 years so far, and the public's always known what it's for. Show the city the truth about living. Hold a mirror up to nature. Make people glad to hear it by telling the truth well and progress. But everybody knows it's harder to listen than it is to think up things to say. And the public doesn't just speak. To the truth-telling and action Black Lives Matter demands from us. To the threats to live theater we have to outlive. The public says, we want to know what we need to know. We want to know what we need to do. Tell it. That's how it will endure. That's why we have to help. Young artists like I once was have to have a place to grow. And all of us have to have a place to go to see what truth looks like, so that back in the so-called real world, we'll be ready for it when it's there and when it's not. Thanks so much for this honor. I'll never get a better one.